So some objective questions from the poem I Wander Lonely as a Cloud. Who is the speaker of the poem? The poet himself. What is the poet compared to in the first line? To a cloud. What natural object does the poet see in abundance? It's daffodils. What are the daffodils? Where are the daffodils located? They are located along the lake. What is the effect of the daffodils on the poet? It give him joy and inspiration. What does the poet mean by the inward eye? Inward eye means his memory. Which figure of speech is used in I wandered lonely as a cloud? It is a simile. What is being personified in the poem? Daffodils. The poem primarily explores which theme? The theme of nature and memory. How are the daffodils described in their movement? They are dancing. The daffodils are compared to the stars. What does the poet say in the wealth the daffodils brought to him? Daffodils brought him joy and spiritual fulfillment. How many daffodils does the poet say he saw? He saw 10,000. The poem is written in which form? It is a lyric. Which poetic device is used in fluttering and dancing in the breeze? These are the options, and correct option is alliteration. Who was accompanying Wordsworth during the actual experience? His sister Dorothy. The poem belonged to which literary movement? It is romantic movement. It belonged to romantic movement. What kind of mood does the sight of the daffodils create in the poet? Cheerful. The poem consists of how many stanzas? The poem has 4 stanzas. In which year was the poem published? It was published in 1807. The poem is based on an actual walk Wordsworth took in where? Lake District. The jocund company refers to the daffodils. The phrase golden daffodils suggests that their beauty and value. Which sense is most appeal to the poem? Sight. What happens when the poet lies on his couch in vacant or pensive mood? The daffodils flash upon his inward eye. So these are the some objective questions. Keep watching. These are some of the multiple choice questions from the same poem. These are stanza based questions. So from stanza 1 there is a line, I wandered lonely as a which word completes the line? You already know, it's a cloud. What was the poet doing at the beginning of the poem? He was walking aimlessly. When all at once I saw a crowd. What does the crowd refer to? Crowd referred to daffodils. Where were the daffodils seen? They are seen beside the lake and beneath the trees. What is the daffodils movement compared to? It is compared to dancers dancing. Now from stanza 2, some questions are: what literary device is used in continuous as a star that shine? It is a simile. What does the simile in stanza 2 compares the daffodils to? It compares it to the stars. How many daffodils does the poet claim to see? He saw 10,000 daffodils. They stretched in never-ending line. What does this exaggerate? It means that the vast number of daffodils are there. What figure of speech is used in 10,000 I saw at a glance? Irony, simile, hyperbole, symbolism. Correct option is hyperbole. Now from stanza 3, some questions are these: how are the daffodils and waves different in movement? Daffodils dance more joyously. What effect do the daffodils have on the poet's mood? They fill his heart with pleasure. A poet could not be but be gay. What does gay mean here? It means he is happy. What is meant by jocund company? Jocund company means cheerful company of daffodils. What is the poet doing when he sees the daffodils? When he saw the daffodils, he was walking on a hill. Now from stanza 4, for oft from stanza 4, for oft when on my couch I lie in vacant or in pensive mood. What do vacant and pensive mean? It means empty and thoughtful. What comes to the poet's mind when he is lying on a couch? The daffodils. What does the inward eye represents? It means the mind's imagination or memory. What happens to the poet's heart at the end of the poem? He fills with joy. Which emotion best describes the ending of the poem? The peace and happiness. Now some general and literary device based questions from the same poem. Which poetic technique dominates in the poem? The imagery and personification. The poem was inspired by an event recorded in whose journal? In Dorothy Wordsworth's. It is the name of a general. Which lake is referred to in the poem's background? Ullswater Lake. What kind of poem is I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud? It is a lyric poem. What does the poem suggest about nature's influence on human spirit? Nature heals and uplifts the soul. So these are the main objective type questions from this poem. So be prepared for your exams and keep watching.